When I started in coffee, I wanted to buy the best coffee I could and sell it in this market and make a living. I barely understood what organic was beyond what it meant. You know, I look at fair trade, I understood it. I did research on coffee cooperatives, and they're like one of the riskiest cooperatives to get into. Of course I'm going to do it. Until I started visiting the farmers, I didn't really understand what it meant. For me, the thing that's probably more important than the coffee itself is the people that we get it from. And our direct association with the farmers, to me, is an important thing because I have to buy coffee from someone. So I can change who I buy coffee from and directly affect someone's life.
Ourselves, we buy coffee from 15 countries. It's a seed that by the time we get it and start our end of it as roasters has already seen a lot of people, a lot of hands, has already experienced a lot between its growth on the tree and where we are.
Well, in order to be certified organic, it's a 3-year process. And in the 3 years that process goes on, the farmers have to pay an organic inspection, even though they're not certified organic. And the challenge is there's a lot more work, the yields are lower, and they don't get the money for the coffee. So in the co-op, we pay 90% of the organic premium, and it keeps the farmers on track to producing organic coffee.
We maintain relationships. We keep in contact with them to return information about the quality of the coffee, to go visit this particular part of the co-op and talk to the farmers and look at their process and see if we can help. So not only will the coffee we get in the end be better, but the price that they get from the cooperative will be better themselves. It helps kind of lift the quality of everyone that's working together.
And it's going to make their living conditions better in the sense that their water's clean. Because if you're spraying a plant, it's going to end up in the soil, go from the soil into the water. It's helping someone maintain the purity of their environment. The temperature that you put the coffee in the roaster, they call charging the roaster. So the temperature you charge the roaster is important because if it's too high, you're going to scorch the coffee and it doesn't show up till the end, or if it's too low, it bakes it and you have undesirable qualities. And then you bring it to the exothermic point where it's absorbed so much heat it starts roasting on its own. And depending on the coffees, if you roast them longer or slower.
If it's the right time to dump the coffee out. Sometimes you catch a whiff knowing that this smell means it's going to be perfect. And that's where a lot of the intuition and having trained the senses comes in.
Higher altitude coffees are harder, so you can roast them darker than low altitude coffees that are softer and they tend to burn easier. The darker roasts are more about caramelizing the sugar and creating body, and they tend to be longer roasts. So I'm roasting more for the aroma and the brighter taste in coffee that tend to be supported by a lighter roast. A darker roast, the aroma breaks down first, and then the taste attributes and the body increases, and so it's the balance between the two of them. So I would say I'm more of a medium roaster as far as style goes. Consistency is the key of it because we're dealing with an agricultural product that varies from year to year, and moisture is different and the climate changes. So you're always challenged to try to produce the same taste that Guatemalan has, even though Guatemalan coffee is different year to year and season to season.
Because we do roast everything to order, people consistently are impressed by the fact that it's been roasted with the right care. They enjoy the fact that it's smooth, the coffee's never bitter, and talk about the fact that they can taste the variety in coffee. We really try to respect the origin, respect what the different personalities of the coffees are, and let that shine through instead of standing on top of it and imposing our roast style. I want the coffee to really say something.
I'm looking for something that the first you pick it up and it's got a good aroma before you even taste it. And then the first taste or the second taste you get is something you can define. It's got a nice citrus taste to it. It's got a little chocolate in it that you can identify taste in it. To me, that's a good cup of coffee.